We all know that when you look at WWE's current roster, that the two most popular wrestlers, and it's not even close right now, is Trick Williams and Oba Femi. And now you may ask yourself, if you're new to the WWE product, why are these guys not even 1 year removed from NXT, the most popular wrestlers on the roster? Well, that's a good question. If I had the answer to that, we might be doing something. I don't have the answer, Andy. All I know, well, maybe I do have the answer. These two guys have it. And it can be defined as whatever it is. Because what's the one thing you need to succeed in the wrestling business? It's not the same for everybody, but Trick Williams and Oba Femi both have it. So, Andy, the discussion I want to have tonight is, who is the undisputed number one guy for the future of the WWE? Now, I say that to say, I don't think there's I know, right? I don't think there's a wrong answer here.
Yeah.
I think both of these, the potential for both of these guys is just through the dang roof.
Yeah.
But when I ask you that question, who has the most potential? Who has the most star power? When I ask you that, just where does your mind go in terms of these two guys?
So it's weird. Like I think you're absolutely right that these are the two most popular guys in all of the company right now. It's not even close. Like, I think when you hear Oba's music and you hear Roman's music, I think Oba gets as loud of a pop as Roman Reigns does, if not a little bit. Like, the energy just feels very different when Oba hits the ring.
Yep.
It's a jitter, it's an excitement. You feel it. Like, you can feel it through your TV screen.
Yep.
And he's got all of the things about him that you want. But then you look at Trick Williams, and the dude just oozes charisma. I mean, he might be the most charismatic guy in the entire company.
Yep.
Of just, not comparing him to this person, so don't everybody freak out. But you know how, like, when The Rock comes out on TV and you just look at him and you go, yeah, he's got charisma. Like, he don't even have to say anything. Just by the way he looks, his appearance alone, he's got charisma. I think you can make an argument that Trick Williams is that way. Like, from his entrance alone, when he stands and those spotlights are on him, you just feel it. You're just like, yeah, this dude is a star. This dude is that dude. He's got it all. So if you ask me who is, like, if I had to put, like, right at the top, if I had to put, like, all my stock in one of these two guys, I think you're right. Like, there's no wrong answer. There's not a wrong answer. I think when it comes to character, when it comes to promos, when it comes to everything, like the whole package, I tend to lean Oba just a little bit more. Because I think Oba can do things that Trick can't, just because of Oba's size. Like, I think Oba's size gives him that advantage. But if you told me Trick Williams was the number one guy in the company 10 years from now, I'd be like, yeah, like, I don't doubt that one bit. I think we're looking at the rise of the next two. Every great era of wrestling, you have two guys right at the top. You've got Austin, you've got Rock right at the top. You've got, the last couple of years, you've got Cody, you've got Roman right at the top. I think over the next couple of years, you're going to have Oba and you're going to have Trick Williams right at the top. If you told me, like, in 5 years that the main event of WrestleMania is Oba Femi versus Trick Williams for a title, then I'm like, yeah, like, that's a WrestleMania main event written all over it. But I would probably give the slight advantage to Oba just because just the look alone. I think I give it to him.
Yeah, Flavor C333 in the comments. I'm sure that's just a handle. I apologize for butchering your name. Says it's like Goldberg, of course, referring to Oba in his entrance because you hear the Oba chants long before the entrance actually happens. And Oba is that guy, Andy, like you said, like how big he is. And the things that he can do at his size is just unreal. That's what made Brock Lesnar the next big thing and so good. And that's what helped the Undertaker stand apart is he's a 7-foot guy that walked the ropes, Andy. And then size and athleticism. The Big Show. Look at the Big Show and how successful he was because of what he was able to do. So Oba Femi certainly has that from an in-ring perspective. But both of these guys are young and green. Andy, you mentioned Austin. I'll mention Hulk Hogan, probably the two biggest superstars of all time. And Bully Ray said this on Busted Open today, and I did not pull this discussion from Busted Open. He just happened to make this point about Trick Williams, and it made all the sense in the world to me. Hulk Hogan, he came out, he ripped the t-shirt, he sold like a madman, and he posed at the end of the night, and he connected with the people. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, but his entrance music too. Austin, the glass shatters. He gives you the middle finger. He gives you the stunner, and he drinks beers. None of those things have anything to do with in-ring ability. None of them.
No.
And Trick Williams and Oba Femi are green. They're going to get better. They're going to get much better.
Yeah.
But right now, both of them not fantastic in the ring. Don't have to be right now, especially when you're as big as Oba Femi is.
Yeah.
You do not have to be that good in the ring when you can toss Brock Lesnar around, just like you're seeing on the YouTube screen right now. Or you can have that flavor like Trick Williams does every time he comes to the ring. So, Andy, I think if I'm looking at it, I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to say Trick Williams is the guy simply because I think Oba might get pigeonholed into that attraction role, whereas I think Trick Williams can evolve into that true number one guy. And I feel like an attraction guy is really hard to make him the number one guy all at the same time. And I think Oba has the promo skills. I think his in-ring potential is off the charts. And I think he has the look, and he just continues to grow each and every week. I just also think that Trick is doing the same thing. It just might not be getting that little magnifying glass attention because of Oba's size and because of his presence. Because I think Oba's presence overshadows Trick right now. But I think at the end of the day, I'm going to give the edge to Trick.
I think what will be really telling is when Trick gets that one win.
Let me get to this comment real quick as you're saying this. They got the connection to the fans. Flavor C3. Yes. That right there. I mentioned Austin and Hogan. Trick and Oba are right there already with the connection with the fans. And you can hear it every time they come out.
Oh yeah. But I think this discussion gets a lot more interesting when Trick gets that one win. Like Oba's got that win over Brock. That's a massive win. Like that's a career-defining, career-making win. Yep. Obviously, Trick's like the U.S. champion right now. But going into that feud with Sammy, I think you could have put anybody in there, and they would have been the popular one going forward. I think Trick, if Trick Williams beats a Cody Rhodes, if he went into that mini feud with Randy before everything kind of changed. Like, if he'd have beat a Randy Orton, if he would have beaten, somebody, I think he gets the comparison all the time to Booker T. But I honestly think Trick Williams is everything WCW wanted Booker T to be. But Booker T wasn't that. Like, Booker T is great in the ring. He could cut a promo. He did the spin-a-rooney. Like, he did things that the crowd loved. But he just didn't – I feel like he didn't fully connect with the audience as much as Trick Williams does. And I'll tell you what what does it. You look at Hogan, you look at Austin. Those two guys connected with the youngest person in the audience and the oldest person in the audience. They covered everybody. Yep. That's what Cena's biggest issue was. Cena connected with the young audience, but guys like me who were wrestling fans during the Cena heyday, we couldn't stand him because he didn't connect with us, because he was, in our eyes, he was a phony. Like, he was a fake. Now you look at Roman. Roman's doing the same thing, connecting with the youngest and with the oldest. I think Trick and Oba, they do the exact same thing of my 8-month-old daughter, when I hold her and we're watching wrestling, she knows Oba's theme song now. Like, we play it around our house all the time, and she knows it, and she gets excited when she hears it. And then I'm excited when I hear it. It's like you connect with the youngest and you connect with the oldest, and you make it happen and you make it work. Both those guys are doing that. I think another guy, he's older. He has a lot of experience outside of WWE. But I think from a WWE perspective, a guy over the next couple of years that is right up there with him of being the most popular and taking the next step, being a world champion, is Penta. Like, Penta's got the entrance. He's got the moveset. He doesn't cut the greatest promos, but, buddy, when he cuts them, the crowd is on his side and is fired up as he's talking. You don't know what he's saying half the time because we don't speak Spanish. But I know, like, yeah, whatever he said, yes, I completely agree with. So I think he's another one that, like, there's just a lot of young talent. I know Penta's not the youngest, but there's a lot of young talent coming through, that they can really pin down. So Ruka on the women's side, like, she could be something special. JC Jane, she could be something special. They just have to be willing to put their feet in the ground and book them. And that's why I'm terrified that Brock Lesnar beats Oba Femi. Because even if he gets his win back at SummerSlam, I think it does more damage than good to have Brock beat Oba to get his win back.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely a really slippery slope when it comes to whatever they're going to do with Brock Lesnar, because you don't want whatever happens to damage what just happened at WrestleMania, win or loss, because again, Cody Rhodes has proved you stack adversity on top of him, you build him back up, and he's bigger than he's ever been. I'm not saying that Oba Femi needs adversity. What I am saying is Oba Femi needs to get white hot like he was after beating Brock Lesnar. So I don't want them to just bring in Brock Lesnar for the sake of stacking adversity on top of him and trying to get him back to that level. Now, if Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi meet at Clash in Italy next week and Oba Femi beats him in 4 minutes again, okay, maybe that's going to bring Oba Femi back up and, we're going to get excited about him again. I'm not saying they should have put the world title on him the night after WrestleMania, but you got to find a way to get him back, because listen, Andy, this open challenge stuff that he's been doing, like, give me somebody credible to be excited.
Yeah.
Otis. Okay. That was pretty cool, honestly. But then you follow it up with nobody's answering your open challenge. Well, let me just drag 2 bottom of the barrel guys out. And that's dumb. And then the third week, we're bringing it back. Brock Lesnar. And now it's over, I would think. So it just, I don't know. The booking has been weird for him. I think he's going to survive it, though. I don't think it's going to be bad. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm looking at the comment. Yes. Omos, like, if he would have brought Omos out,
yes,
and Oba just flat out destroy him.
Yep.
I think we're right back at it. I think you could have done Rusev. I think you could have done, I think there's, even though I know they already had a mini feud, run it back though for 1 more week. I think there's a lot of big guys that you could put in the ring with Oba to put over Oba while also not damaging them at the same time. Otis was a great one, and we talked about Rusev. We talked about Omos. I think you could have done, a Tala Tonga could come over from SmackDown, and this is his big moment, and then he gets run through. So, I think there's a lot of options. And then when all the giants are slain and Oba's standing there, then you do the thing where nobody wants to answer. Nobody wants to come out. So he goes to the back, and he finds 2 people, Austin Theory and Logan Paul. If he'd have found them and pulled them out to the ring and destroy them to the point where Braun Breaker is I don't even want to smoke with this one. You're putting him over as this killer, as nobody wants to get in the ring. And then when Brock comes back and is confronting him, then you're able to tell this story a whole lot more. So I think you're absolutely right. I think we rushed it. I think we've gone way too quick. And doing this match again, the risk just isn't worth the reward, I think. So I'm very, very nervous about this happening.
Let's wrap this discussion up with one question, and I want one word answer. I want your first thought. Trick Williams, Oba Femi, who's world champion first?
Oba.
Not even hesitating on that one?
SummerSlam.
I don't think, yeah, okay. Okay. Oba and Gunther at SummerSlam.
No.
Oba Roman? No, don't think so.
I think Oba beats Brock at Clash. Oba beats Roman at SummerSlam.
Okay.
Talk about white hot.
I'm going Oba Gunther because Gunther beats Cody. And then Oba crosses over and beats Gunther. But
either way. Oba's world champ by SummerSlam. I'll be shocked if it's even any longer than that.
Flavor C333 hanging out with us in the chat. He's an Oba Femi as well. I think that's an easy one. I would try to defend Trick Williams there, but I don't think I can.